Hi, this is Flavia, also known as Aga Czarnecka, and this is my energy podcast for the week of April 8th. And I'd like to share with you some very interesting cosmic events which are happening this week. And to be honest, I'm very excited because it feels like they are quite big. You probably have heard from many sources because it's been on for a while that Monday we are going to experience solar eclipse, which is going to occur unfortunately in Poland. We won't be able to see that because it is going to be 8:22 in evening. But in United States, in New Mexico, just 22 minutes after noon, it will be quite visible. And also, for instance, in Arizona, that's my favorite timing because it's 11:22. So you tell me what it means, because for me it's just crazy. 11:22, two master numbers. It is going to happen. It's going to be visible, and probably it is going to be quite spectacular, to be honest, comparing to the other parts of the world. So we are having this solar eclipse, and what is actually happening during the solar eclipse? Let me just add that, of course, we are in a eclipse season, which began on 25th of March by eclipse of the moon, and we are right on now. We are going to experience the solar one, and that is the moment. It's a pivotal moment, I think, because that is the moment where our source of energy, of a vital energy, our core of why we exist, is going to be covered by the shadow, by the moon. And for a moment we are going to have this incredible energy shift, which will be about being cut off from this vital source. And however it sounds, maybe for some of you it sounds not really very comfortable to be cut off from the vital energy of the sun, but believe me, this moment is really very important, because that is actually only by disconnecting from the ongoing affairs all the time in our reality, we are able to be to take a moment for ourselves and to look a little bit deeper to ourselves and see what is actually going on with us. And there is a lot of stuff going on. And okay, now it's another line that I would like to share with you, which might sound a little bit, controversial, but we need this moment to confront our traumas, our shadows. We need to do that. I'm going to tell you in a moment why exactly. I'm going to zoom out and talk a little bit about the energies which are working with us for some time now, and they are actually accelerating right now. But let me just add that just 6 minutes after a solar eclipse, we are going to have Chiron Cazimi. And Chiron is a planet which is called wounded healer. If we look into the mythology, then we can see that it's one of the centaurs who learn how to heal by healing himself and also healing others. So the Chiron on a map, on a natal horoscope, usually shows the place where we are deeply wounded, where we have traumas. And there is also something magical about Chiron, because whatever we find in a horoscope as our wound, we need to understand that we are the only person who is able to heal that, as Chiron healed himself. And it's also interesting reward added to this process, whenever we start to heal our wounds by ourselves, whenever we are ready to confront our traumas, we allow to bring to life our brand new superpowers that we were not even, we didn't even expect we are able to have, we have no idea until we are going to get to the moment when we are ready to confront our deepest shadows and our deepest wounds, our deepest traumas. So Chiron Cazimi, it's crazy, amazing opportunity because Cazimi as a super close conjunction with the sun brings this ability to take this energy from a sign and to put it forward. I mean, it accelerates and it intensifies everything, which brings the planet, which is in the Cazimi, which is in this case Chiron. So that is like a moment for being super able to confront our traumas. And when we see that from one hand we have solar eclipse, and from other hand, right after solar eclipse, we have this Chiron Cazimi, and all of that is happening in Aries, it's just crazy combination. It's almost like calling us like, hey, make a pause, go deeper, see what it's stopping you from meeting your goals, from getting into the new period of your life. What's there? Why you're unable to access your natural energy to just go straight forward and achieve whatever is on your path. And that is all happening on a collective level, because those transits, they show us in which stage right now we are as a humanity. So when we deal with the Chiron in Aries, we have this moment that we can see how powerless we can feel, how like we literally, we are like the whole energy that we collect is ready to go forward, but for some reasons, because of our, I don't know, negative beliefs, because of kind of a strange insecurity, strange, unusual, powerless, or I don't know what other word would fit here, but we are unable to do so, so that's really, that's why I say that the Monday is a really special day. Of course, because of the solar eclipse, but also because all this, you see complex energies which are dancing around and which are asking us to pay really big attention on this. And now I promise to explain a little bit more about the energy shift, which is happening right now for some time. So, okay, basically, we need to zoom out now, okay? Because this is going to be kind of a really like wide picture. And also, please, if you will, in a way, sense what I say instead of trying to analyze it, because I really would like to talk to your unintellectual system, to your intuition, and to your, to your true selves, because we talk about big thing here. Okay, so for the last 13,000 centuries, we've been in an era which was a masculine, which was, which was very masculine, which was about conquering, dominating, building, all of that, which is typical for a masculine energy, because we had to somehow build this world. Whatever was happening on the side, of course, greed, wars, all of the stuff, abuse, ugly things, they are always negative representation of a potential of an energy, which as originally is really beautiful one. But that was also our path of experiences. Sorry to going so fast, but I'm just talking about 13,000 years. So I just would like to understand that the quality of an energy was like that. and it's been for like centuries, right? And we are changing this era into the new one, which is a feminine one. And we are exactly on the, you know, like if of the cycle of the beginning of a new era, which is feminine era, which used to be once on Earth, but we are going back to this one, which is based on, you know, peace, compassion, and enlightenment, you know. So the moment of changing the energies is really very, very pivotal shift, and it's super, super sensitive. And we actually experiencing that from 2012, I think, for now. So okay, for us these are years, but from the cosmic view it's like, you know, and it's not even that, okay, so much shorter. So getting into the feminine energy allows us, brings us possibility to balance female and male energy, because this is what we need desperately right now on Earth. We really need to balance, like it's a time for us, because you know the old era is gone, the old era is crumbling, you know, old ways are crumbling. That's also the why we see so much horrible things outside. Beside, of course, you know, media manipulation and all of that, we know that there are horrible things happening outside. And you might even think that, oh my God, where is this good direction? Everything I see is just horrible, you know, violent, you know, wars, hunger. What are we like, you know, degradation of our planet, like all of that, you know. I know it exactly looks like that, but that is usually what happens on the surface when there is an undergoing huge shift of the two major energies. So I'm sorry to say so, but in a way, from the, you know, energetic view, it's kind of a part of a process. But look, we are getting into the, you know, even from the, you know, if we look at the astrology, the Pluto, which is stepping into the uh, uh, um, Jesus, Aquarius sign, and is going to stay there for the next 19 years, because it is going to be there until, as I remember, 2043. Yeah. So it's all this huge transit on a collective level is about doing crazy shifts, like almost like death and rebirth, I would say. Okay, so it's something like really major. And what is important for us is to understand that some people, some people call this shift, you know, changing, going to the fifth dimension, or changing from the third density to the fourth density. That is actually the scale I use, that I describe the, you know, spectrum of consciousness by densities, because in a way it's easier to explain, you know, if, you know, if we can use this linear language, which is so limited, especially my English is also limited, but it's so hard to name things which are so much beyond what we represent right now in this moment as in a human's body, right? So it's always, you know, very challenging. But coming back to the Monday and to the solar eclipse and Chiron Cazimi, isn't it amazing that we have this day which might really create kind of a window for how to look at the world right now? We definitely are going to make a shift in consciousness. I'm sure about it. I can feel it. I can smell it. We not necessarily can openly feel that on a, you know, like, I don't know how it is going to, I have no idea how it is going to manifest for you on a, you know, everyday level. But no matter you feel it or not, the shift is going to happen, you know. I know how it sounds, but what else? How else can I tell you? So that is super important, you know, to create some space on Monday, you know, to really don't get distracted by the reality. Like, really don't get involved in all those affairs which are going all the time around you. I know it's difficult because I know how this reality sucks inside, and all those dramas, and all of that. I know that. I deal with that every day, It's like, but if it's possible for you, don't put, I mean, all this week is like this. If you can just slow down and try to observe, and maybe find a quiet place and work with your breath, don't get distracted. Remember that each of us, we contain this inner compass. We not necessarily need to have access to this compass on a daily basis, but at least just try to feel that and see what is going to happen, because it is very important moment for us. So that is about because the chant, because, okay, one more thing to say. I feel like I should add one thing about, because if we will be able to confront our shadows, instead of refusing them, if we are going to see what is actually our weakness, what we are hiding from the world, what we are ashamed of, that is the huge step on the individual level. That is the huge step for whole humanity. I mean, this is something which is going to work like a magic. So if you are going to, on individual level, allow those energies to show you something super important for you, not necessarily nice things, maybe, well, let's say challenging, you have amazing chance to go through the process, which is going to move you so much further on this trajectory of changing the energies from masculine era, which is called Atlantida, to Lemurian era, which is feminine one. Because we are going to change, our bodies are going to change, our vibration is going to change, our atoms are going to change, the vibration of frequency of vibrations of our atoms. Also, we are going to contain so much more photons. So it is going. I'm going to maybe one day, create something more video expanding this topic, but just pay attention on Monday. I decided to talk quite long about this because that is what I think is really very needed. Hopefully you can use it for yourself. Okay, then let's speed up a little bit. Don't make you tired of this intense actually life. So on Wednesday, we have conjunction of a Mars and Saturn, okay, in Pisces. And, I know that classic astrology and lots of astrologies, they introduce Saturn and Mars as a, let's say, malefics, right? That's the right, malefics. Okay, now, usually this conjunction is very challenging, but I mean, it's like, it's not nice to feel. There are lots of things are happening, and I don't, like it's difficult to go through usually. But you know what? This is also, I believe this one is going to be awesome, because it's just perfect that it's happening right after what I just said about the Monday. Look what is happening. On Monday, there's this huge shifts going on, the open door, the connection, we need to focus on the breath. We need to allow those energies to go through us. It's a lot of work. I mean, like, you're gonna you're gonna feel that. And then on Wednesday, we have this conjunction of a, super, super dynamic planet, sometimes reckless, which is Mars. And then we have Saturn, which is about our, what we need for our self-development, what has to happen in order to shape us to the better or true version of us, So when those two planets, they, make a hug, then I believe it's some kind of a beautiful possibility of all this energy, this power, whatever you're going to experience on Monday, to put into the very, very structure, like very, very, I would say, stabilizing structure, which brings Saturn. So as an effect, as a result, we have huge amount of energy which can work on the long term and can, it's like, Spartans in, old times, like the way the group of, athletes which were rise in a really, extreme conditions, but those extreme conditions created superpower athletes, people who were like amazing warriors, and they were just like robots, they were like amazing. And to be honest, this energy on a Wednesday somehow reminds me this quality. So whatever is going to happen on Wednesday for you, it is going to bring you and give you the energy which is going to create a Spartan. I don't know how you say in English. Your Spartan part is going to amplify your Spartan part. Isn't it great that whatever is happening on Monday, then we get this raw, hardcore something which is going to create us as a beautiful warriors? I mean, I don't know. It just speaks to me so much. And then as a dessert on Friday, we have Cazimi of retrograding Mercury. I mean, oh my gosh, just think about that. So Mercury was retrograding, started retrograding last week. I've been saying about that in my previous forecast. And now on Monday, it is going to be like all the distractions it creates, all the chaos, all the things which we might really feel a little bit frustrated about, which is a lack of communication, disordered transport technology, little maybe bigger things which are really very annoying. Also we might find problems with communication with ourselves and communication with others. We simply might be not able to express what we want to communicate to others. But that's, in a way, again, the time for review. It's a time for review. It's not a time for action. The retrograding Mercury, it is going to last until 25th of April. So it is going to, this energy will be with us, still working with us. So please, take this as a review time for us to rethink, to see, maybe to make some corrections, all of that. But then when we have Cazimi, it's like an eye of a cyclone. It's like an eye of a cyclone. So all the mess is flying around, and there we get into this space, which is like a quiet, clear, strong, and we got the superpower of communication for a moment, communication which is working inside of us. So it's almost like beautiful gift from the cosmos for us to understand, to see, to notice, to name, to bring the meaning for whatever happens on Monday and on Wednesday. Now we have the chance on Friday to put those puzzles together and to see bigger picture. Isn't it great? I mean, like, I love this. This is like the answer the question what we actually want to begin now. Where are we going to invest our energy and time and all of that? What is really important? What aligns with us, with our true essence? That is really important week. Okay, I hope I've said enough. Thank you so much. If you would have any questions or any additional comments, please put it. There is a space under this screens. Of course, everyone knows that. Oh my God, Aga, what's going on? Yeah, I'll be happy to hear some questions. You can also write to me on namaste@flaviaflow.pl, or please visit my profile on Patreon and see what kind of options you have to work with me as an astrologer. I'll be really happy to meet you there. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you for being together for a moment. I love it. Take care. Bye bye.